foremost, declutter. There is a reason this is number one on my list. If you've been in your home for 30 years or a long time, it is completely normal for 30 years of junk to have accumulated in your home. Totally normal and acceptable. It happens, but you have to get rid of it before you list it. At minimum, you can organize it in the basement, in a garage, as long as it's out of the living spaces. The goal is to make the home feel organized, clean, open, depersonalized, so that someone can walk into your home and just imagine themselves in that space. And so if it's cluttered, they just have a different type of negative feeling, too cramped, or, oh my God, I'm going to grow out of this house really quickly. So again, it's all about, it's kind of a mental game. So hire a professional organizer if possible, junk hauler, cleaning crew if needed. And if you're local to South Jersey, I have trusted local companies that I've, had my clients hire for all of these types of services. So I'd be more than happy to share their contact information. Just shoot me a message if you're interested. Learn what updates and repairs are most critical for your home. So as discussed in the last slide, I don't want you to spend money on any improvements or unnecessary repairs that essentially won't improve your value or affect the sale process. However, there may be some things that are worth doing that would potentially make the home difficult to sell. It could reduce the home value, or it could hold up the sale process during the buyer's due diligence inspection period. So it's important to wait until a trusted professional, a local listing agent, sees your home, makes those recommendations for you, and they get completed prior to listing. So it's also critical to disclose and discuss any issues if they're not obvious during the initial walkthrough with the listing agent. If paint or new flooring is needed, do it. It does depend on the market, but generally speaking, it will bring you a high return on investment. So it is amazing what new flooring and a fresh coat of paint will do for a home. If it's done right with the proper neutral colors, it helps the buyer feel at home. Again, our goal is to make sure the home feels clean and open and neutral, depersonalized, so they can just imagine themselves coming right in. So especially for buyers today, they've been looking a long time. They've been looking at homes that need work. It's a big selling point. They would likely be willing to pay higher prices for more move-in ready condition. Hire an experienced agent who has extensive negotiation experience in this competitive market on both buyer and seller sides. So they need to understand and implement a system to getting their seller clients top dollar in this super fast-paced sellers market. But they also need to work with buyers to hear their needs and concerns firsthand and ensure they're highlighting the ways that the home that they're selling is meeting or exceeding the expectations of the current buyer, of the typical buyer in this market. You want to work with your agent and lender on a timing financial strategy to successfully sell and find your next home. So this is quite honestly the second biggest hesitation, and in this market, maybe most common. We'll talk further about this in a minute when Matt comes on, and then even more so in the next slide. But coming up with a plan is extremely important in this market, since homes are just selling so quickly. So before I go on to the next slide, any questions yet? I know there was a good one already, but we'll just take a quick break. You can throw in any questions that you have so far.